right. What's up, y'all? My name is Jordan McCown. I'm the marketing and social media intern here at the Venango Chamber of Commerce. I'm here with President and CEO Kat Thompson. How are you doing today, Kat?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing great. It's a beautiful day outside. It's nice to get some fresh air.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, so definitely. So just tell me a little bit about yourself. Like, where are you from? How you get involved with the chamber?
Sure.
That sort of thing.
Yeah. So I grew up in the Titusville area, so the next county over, and out in the country. And my family is in manufacturing, so I always say that I grew up in a machine shop. So my grandfather started the company. My dad had his own business inside of that. My mom has recently retired from that company as well. She was doing HR there. So I grew up with that. As my background and understanding what goes into running a business. And then I went away to school. I went to school in Michigan. I have a degree in business. I traveled a lot, both nationally and internationally, and settled back in this area about, let's see, where we're at, 15 years ago. Kind of came back to put down my roots and be close to my family. And I just felt like I wanted to build something and really develop a community, because I'd done a lot of cool things in my life, living abroad and traveling, but I wanted to really build a community that was permanent. I had a lot of great temporary communities throughout my experiences and travels, but I wanted to come back and really help build something. So came back to the area, bought a house here in Venango, and I got connected to the chamber through Flex, the Young Professionals group. So I started showing up to Flex events and got to know the chamber. And so back in 2021, when the chamber was expanding and adding a career readiness program, they realized they needed somebody to manage that. And I had already known them through Flex, through the Young Professionals group. I was a past president of Flex. And so when they approached me about that, I was very excited to come on board. So that's how I kind of came to the chamber, came to be back in this area, and I always like to say I'm here on purpose.
That's awesome. I love that. So just so you know, they gave me a team book when I first got here, introducing themselves. So I know a little bit about Kat's travel. So tell me a little bit more about that. Like, what was your favorite place you ever traveled to?
Oh my goodness. There's so many different places. I will say I do love Southeast Asia. The beaches and the monkeys, but the food, I love the food, in like Thailand and Vietnam. But I also have a really special place in my heart for Costa Rica. I did a semester abroad there. And, it's a little bit closer to home, easier to get there, only like a 6-hour flight rather than like a 20-hour flight to get to Asia. Again, they have all the wildlife, they have the beaches, they have the mountains, volcanoes, things like that. So I did a lot of fun things there as well. So I don't know, there's a lot of places that I always want to, go somewhere new and see something different. But I used to say that I worked enough to support my habit of traveling, which I don't get to do as much, but I think part of why I love traveling is meeting new people and learning about new cultures and experiences. But the good thing, to bring it back to home, I'm always going to do that, bring it back to why I love to be here, is that, you can do that here as well with, the work with the chamber, getting to connect with new businesses, new people, learn about them, what they're doing. So there's always something fresh and new and exciting. And then, of course, the nature here. We, while it's not the beach or the mountains, we have some pretty great hills. We have some pretty great trails and waterways, and I also love to be outside. So but I've had a lot of really cool adventures.
Okay. So with all the traveling that you've done, what made you want to come back here and put your roots down and just live here?
I think part of it was family, right? When I was living abroad, I missed out on some things with family members, weddings, funerals, celebrations. I have an amazing family. I'm close with them. So I think that's part of why I wanted to come back, was to be closer to them. And like I said, I had all these wonderful experiences, but there wasn't anything permanent, living out of a suitcase, or even, I lived in China for 3 years. I taught at a university there, but the people were always changing, right? It was different. I had a lot of friends there, but some of them only stayed a year and would leave, or, things would change and just be different. And I felt like I wanted to unpack my suitcase. I wanted to put down roots and really start building something that felt more permanent and that felt more just community minded, and just growing something that was going to last.
So kind of like what you were saying about unpacking the suitcase and putting down roots. Should somebody else want to do that here like you did? Like, why should people choose this area to do all of that type of stuff?
That's a great question. So I think, sometimes people, get in their routines and they, see things that are problems. But one thing I can say through my travels and even just connecting with other chambers across the state and the country, the problems are the problems. No matter where you are, no place is perfect.
Definitely, 100%.
I've been to a lot of places, a lot of other states and countries and in other communities, and the problems are always the problems. But one of the things that also drew me back to this area was that I saw a lot of people working on solutions, and I wanted to be part of that. So that's one thing. I think we have so many businesses, organizations, community groups, individuals who care deeply about our area. This is home for them and they want to make it better. And so they're working on things together and they're working on solutions. So I think that's a great reason to come here, because I think we're in a time of growth. So it's an exciting time to be here. But then also just look at where we're sitting right now. It's beautiful here. It's absolutely beautiful. And as I mentioned before, we have great hiking trails, biking trails, waterways to go kayaking. The area is just naturally beautiful. And then I would say also we're seeing so many new businesses or growing businesses. There's so much to do here. Anybody who says there's nothing to do here, I always say, follow me around for a week. Like, I'll tire you out. We have a lot of things going on. Sometimes there's too much to do. That I don't get enough sleep, but we have so many opportunities with arts and cultures that people might not realize. Again, if you're in your routine, you might not know about that if you didn't ever, go to a show at the Barrow Theater or the Community Playhouse, or, live music. There's so many opportunities, inside, outside live music. There's opportunities for workshops and classes, and to try art and to try different foods and drinks and things like that. There are so many interesting experiences that you might not get or you might not know about if you lived in a larger area, a bigger city, where you think there's more things to do, but you don't know how to find them or where to go for them. So I think, for anybody thinking about, coming to this area or getting more involved, there is so much that maybe you don't know, but start to look, start to ask, start to find it, because I think you'll see that we have a lot of opportunities here that people would really enjoy and can take advantage of, and really find some adventure and find some fun, some great food. What other reasons why would people want to come to a place rather than that, and feel safe in a community somewhere that people and families can come and really plug in.
So how do you hope that your work with the chamber changes that narrative, that there's nothing to do here, that this place sucks, that there's nothing, that there's no reason for us to stay here? How do you hope your work fixes that, or changes that?
Well, I think one of the superpowers that we have at the chamber is making connections, right? And sharing. That's one of our values, is communication. So I think that by sharing about the opportunities, about sharing about the growth and the new things, whether it's goods and services or events and opportunities, I think that's what we do at the chamber is communicating that, right? Spreading that information. It's hard to get people's attention. It's hard to, figure out where and how to share information. So that's one thing that we are really good at here at the chamber. So just sharing and communicating, being open about things. But then also the work that we do to help businesses and organizations be strong, connect them to resources so that they can continue to grow and succeed. That's another one of the things that our work at the chamber can do. And then with our programs, we're a program heavy chamber. We do career readiness. We have young professionals group. We have a leadership program. We have the Be Here initiative. We do festivals, things like that. So we're doing a lot to reach out to whether it's young professionals or seasoned professionals, giving them opportunities to grow and to learn and to be connected. So I think that work is important as well.
Yeah, and to that point, like I've been here for 2 weeks only, and I've made so many connections and met so many amazing people. So that's just like something like that's really sticking out to me about this whole area. Like I'm not from here at all. I don't come around here, but I really feel like this is like such a welcoming place, such like a homey environment, such a nice feel. So I just love that so much.
I'm so glad you had that good experience.
Yes, and thank you so much. The chamber is a big part of that. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
There you guys have it. So my name is Jordan McCown, marketing intern for the chamber. Make sure that you guys just be here. Have a good day.